This is how to play Growing On Me by The Darkness. Shout out to Justin Hawkins himself, who has taught how to play this solo, all the solos from Permission to Land, and loads of Darkness songs in the back catalogue on his Patreon. I'll leave a link to that at the top of the description. I've checked out his Patreon, I think it's absolutely fantastic, and I just want to encourage any guitarist in any band, big or small, please make tutorials for your song. Show us how you play it. Become part of this online community, because if you want us to play your songs right, we need to learn from the best. Learn from the people who actually create and play this wonderful, wonderful music. The Darkness were one of those bands that brought on my lead guitar playing, so I'm really excited to bring you this tutorial. So the opening chord of this song is a D major chord, but played with the little finger at the 5th fret of the thinnest string. So this is a D power chord as opposed to a D major chord. And then we pick string 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 again. So it's in a pattern. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Keep going to the open D. Once we get to that open D, third finger comes here and plays kind of the AC/DC chord and just adds the 4th fret to that D chord. So a D over C sharp. And then we go back. And it's the little finger. Some people play this as like a sus2 like this. Dan plays it with his little finger like this. So So there you go, he's doing a little bit of different picking. He's picking it just with upstrokes, using kind of the directional picking method. Something to play about, but after them, it's an A power chord. And then we are in drop D tuning, so the thickest string goes down by a whole step to a D note. And that means we can play power chords with one finger. Some people use their first finger. I tend to give my first finger a bit of a rest and use my middle finger. Either's totally fine. So after that intro, so one finger A power chord, no thickest string ringing out. And then 5th fret, 4th fret, open, 5th fret, 4th fret, open. It should be noted that this section is also the bridge. So once you've got the intro, you know 2 sections to this song, not just the one, and I'll leave a link to the tab in the description on YouTube, and it's the orange button on my website where we link to the tab on external websites. So the start of the verse, then open 7th fret, 9th fret, which we would use your inlays for. 3, 5, 7, 9. It's 7 and 9 here, the last 2 before the double dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't get rid of you. Same again. 7, 7, 5, 5, 4, open. So the same as the first one was. And it's working. Really, you're thinking of these 3 dots as, that's the 1 chord in the key of D, 4 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord. And they're the main ones we're going to do. The extra one we'll be adding is the second and the third, and that just becomes a major scale on one string, but with power chords. Diatonic chords in the key of D, in drop D, easy, easy peasy. Something you should definitely be aware of before digging in too much to this tutorial. That pattern again for the verse. I can't get rid of you. Same as that again. Every time we go back to A for these kind of before the bridge end of the verse section, I always go to open A because it sounds brighter. But they are the same chord, so either works absolutely fine. That just repeats again. And then we get to the end of that first verse. 2 at the second fret, and that brings us into So there's a lot happening there, but I think most people will be able to work that out without too much trouble. Tabs in the description below and the orange button on the website. One more time slowly so you can see what we're doing. That happens 3 times, and then it's an A power chord. Let ring. I guess that's an extra thing. We tend to have a lot of these. Slide downs in darkness songs. Remember when you do these? Relax your fingers when you get to the bottom part of the fretboard, so because we don't want to hear this. You know, relax. And then I can't get rid of you. Play about with, because we know the darkness love to do a little bit of that. And then A power chord. Same as what we were doing before. After, at the end of that first verse, back to myself to blame. Told you it happened a lot. And then we have the chorus. So of course you're hearing the repetition there, but we're going from the 4th fret, 5th fret, 7th, open. Same again, but the first one is the 9th fret. This is also the same chord progression as the Def Leppard song Photograph. In a different key, but photograph, I don't need your photograph. Or it's at least very similar. I think that might have, well, Def Leppard were a huge influence on the Darkness, not least because they took them on tour early in their careers. So there's a Def Leppard influence there, but it's not exactly the same at all. So that chorus one more time. Those little pushes. Then we're into the musical break section. That's how I play this section. I used to play it just as a D sus4, and in the chorus, Justin plays as a secondary guitar part. So I used to think it was just... I've since learned it's around this section, but exactly what they play live is different to the official tab book, is a little bit different to what I can hear on the recording. Guys, you're always keeping us guessing. I don't know, something. So either way, this is all based around a D chord. We're kind of playing. So this is at the 7th fret open, going to the 8, 7, and 5. And when you go to 5, move that middle finger there as well, so it's kind of like an A chord. But either way, all the fun really starts in the solos. So let me swap guitars and let's look at Justin's parts in this fantastic song. Okay, so that's the gist of that fantastic solo. We're going to do the end one first of all, because it just plays the melody of the song. And if I just calm down, that was on absolutely maximum on my Victory amplifier. This does the plexi sound very well. It's my favourite plexi amp, to be honest. That's why I got one. We're just playing the melody. So there's a few different ways we can do it. Justin does it down here. Notice those hammer-ons. And I think if I remember right, he bends, which for me never felt comfortable. So, and he does encourage all this bit. He says he's ad-libbing it when he plays it live. So I'm therefore taking artistic liberty and guitar teacher liberty to teach it here, because when he does the run down, I think it's better to learn that, because it's super similar to so many other Darkness solos, not least Giving Up. It's just so similar to other solos if we do that kind of thing. It was fascinating for Justin to say how much harder he finds it to play stuff, play all his faster licks slowed down, because he has to play them live and he just gets used to doing it exactly at that speed. So that was it's a relief to hear as a teacher, to be honest with you. But yeah, this is all just a major scale. And going back on yourself like that. And then it's all the same thing, but an octave higher, literally 12 frets higher. Great thing to do in solos. It happens in a lot of Darkness solos as well. And the bit it changes, that 15th fret bend, or the pitch of 17. Classic rock bend stuff. And then this little one is exactly the same as I Believe in a Thing Called Love. And I've done a tutorial for that already. Finishing so that's the end of that solo. D major scale still. And then there's the first solo, which is this one. So again, using the same kind of positions. That'll be tabbed out, you know, link below. Then the octave of that D at the 7th fret. D major scale again. That's all I'm going to show you. If you want more detail than that, check out Justin Hawkins' Patreon. If you want to learn more lead guitar shapes like that D major scale over the neck and all that kind of thing, check out my lead guitar syllabus only at andyguitar.co.uk. We've got a 10-day free trial on that at the moment, so you can try out all the lead guitar stuff, all my premium lessons, totally for free for 10 days. After then, it's just a monthly membership. Link to that is in the description below and on the screen now, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Rock on.